Little girl died of illness. Her mom serves sentence for it. Luckily, we live in a world where a lot of willing people want to help sick children. They go above and beyond to make their final days memorable. We all want to know that our donated money will soothe their pain and be put to good use. However, there are always those who will take advantage of a bit of goodwill. Those people who supported a sick Colorado girl soon found out that even people in need can do heinous things. But don't think there was a web of lies. Olivia Gaunt wasn't an ordinary and healthy kid. When she was only 9, the doctors diagnosed her with autism. In all her childhood, she was fighting constipation, feeding intolerance, and seizures. The little girl underwent intense treatments, such as an ostomy bag and feeding tubes. According to her mother, named Kelly Turner, she had a complicated life. By the age of 4, she had developed more than a dozen illnesses. The treatment itself wasn't cheap. When the hospital bills increased unstoppably, Kelly reached out to kind-hearted people to financially support her daughter. She decided to create a blog to chronicle Olivia's treatment and progress. In June of 2015, a benefit was carried out to raise money for future procedures. Everybody got to know about Olivia and her condition. A lot of people from her Colorado hometown donated money and proposed their help to simplify the girl's life. Food drives, bake sales, and dozens of other fundraisers worked to provide Turner with plenty of money for the proper care of Olivia. What's more, people helped the girl to create her bucket list, to give her a chance to fulfill her dreams. The local police took her on a ride, while the fire department actually let her put out controlled fires. Make-A-Wish Colorado also couldn't just stand by and joined the volunteers. It set up an entire day of amusement and adventure for the little girl. Thanks to hundreds of people, Olivia managed to become the Bat Princess and fought crime all over town. However, life has its own twists. The girl's condition started getting worse, and her bright smile began to fade from her face. Her young body was too weak to overcome dozens of treatments, and things soon took a turn for the worse. She is an intestinal failure, and we don't know how much longer she has, Turner told reporters in the summer of 2017. Unfortunately, it all happened much sooner than everyone had expected. Olivia went to her last resting place on August 20th, 2017, being just 7 years old. The donations had paid for her funeral service and burial to alleviate her family's pain. However, the girl's mother didn't have much time to mourn. Soon after, Turner uncovered her eldest daughter also was suffering from many illnesses, including cancer. But when the doctors examined the girl, something was definitely wrong with her diagnosis. You see, the eldest daughters had no signs of cancer. What's more, the results of her test showed she was completely healthy. Nevertheless, Turner insisted her daughter was sick and needed medical treatment. Unable to convince the woman she was wrong, doctors were forced to get child services involved. They were shocked and decided to separate her from her daughter to see if it had any effect on the child's condition. The major red flag was that the girl had no complaints about her health condition. The child service workers prompted investigators to look into the medical history of Olivia. What they found out made everyone speechless and baffled. When they exhumed the child's body, they figured out the girl didn't suffer from any of the ailments Turner claimed she had. What's more, the investigators found out that the doctors had been conflicted over the girl's care. You see, they didn't think she needed such intense treatment, but Turner insisted on it, and they eventually obliged. Turner forced the girl to take seizure medication even though she didn't have seizures, gave her a feeding tube, and demanded a no-code order despite Olivia not being terminally ill. There is a concern that Turner has lied about the children's medical conditions and therefore may have caused harm to the children and/or caused them to have significant medical procedures, the caseworker wrote in an indictment to investigators. Turner was arrested in October of 2019 and questioned about her role in her daughter's death. Of course, the woman denied she wanted to harm Olivia, though she also contradicted suffering from Munchausen syndrome by proxy. This is a rare type of mental disorder in which a person fakes illness and purposely causes or fabricates harm to those in their care to get donated money. The woman kept on denying, but the evidence was clear. She'd killed Olivia and was now trying to do it again with her second daughter. Thankfully, the woman couldn't get away with such a horrible crime. Turner was found guilty of the accusations and charged with 11 felonies, including first-degree murder. She will spend the rest of her life serving her sentence for killing her daughter. Turning back to the second daughter, she was lucky enough the doctors caught on to her mother's scheme before it was too late.